Hello, I'm Nona Orbach. I'm an artist, educator, and art therapist from Israel. I would like to share with you a phenomenological tool that can assist you in your work as a therapist or as an educator. The spiritual blueprint allows us to grasp who the child is with minimum projections of our own. Here is an example of a chronological process of one little girl. This is how it began. The toddler chose to work on the painting wall in my studio. She chose the materials and the size of paper, and she's working from upwards downwards, from right to left. She feels and senses the center of the paper. She is also listening to the voices from outside and the ones that she's making with her own hands.
די.
These two drawings were done at the same sitting. We can see that she understands right and left, up and down, or further away or closer to her. She fully understands and grasps the shape of the composition of the paper and of its center. She coordinated all this process. She asked to paint when the painting wall was empty, so I added papers to her request. She also chose the colors. She is interested in orders, repetition, and works in a kind of ceremony. When I observe a child, I will notice and write actions, verbs, such as she is marking wide lines from top to bottom. She observes from afar. She comments. She chooses another color, another brush. She mixes the red before using it. She makes 3 lines, returns the brush, wipes her hands. If we collect detailed processes, we will see the patterns of each child revealing before our eyes. She works on both pages in the same sitting for about 30 minutes. We notice the comparison and the complex symmetry between both pages. She's interested in gluing stickers at that time. Symmetry and orders are evident also within the different parts, not only the whole. She said she wanted to paint a beautiful clock she saw at a friend's house. She examines a new present she got. So she goes back to her basic shapes and collections. She is marking lines from further away towards herself, probably according to colors that she likes at that time, one next to the other. If we compare these two processes so far apart in time, we can still see that there is a repeated quality. The aspect of repetition is apparent in both. Here are a few phenomenological aspects of this collage. The glued part is in the center. On each side there is an ornament added in oil pastels. There is also a pink triangle with dots inside. We notice symmetry, ornamentation. Her name is written in mirror writing on the right hand side, the way you write in Hebrew. This is another complex composition she created. Again, each image within itself is composed with relation to the symmetry and to the whole. Now symmetry becomes 3D. We can notice how her hands are thinking. You can tell that there is an intent, a plan. She glues, she turns over the work, she adjusts, she chooses 2 similar stickers. She glues them symmetrically in both sides. These elements will repeat themselves and will be the phenomenology of her blueprint.
זה השיער שלו.
זה השיער שלו?
הנה הלשון שלו.
Here is another complex work. We notice repetition, comparison between right and left. Each blot of paint on each side has a glued group of stickers within. Each side is so different, but all work so well. It's as if they're talking to each other. The last thing she did was the black on the left, the lines above and under the left part. She finished with that. She looked at me smiling. She learned how to use the glue gun and planned that the flashlight will lit the wooden spoon. This is a 360 degrees of spatial symmetry. At that time, she began going to children's circus in the afternoons twice a week and loved it. She still goes to the circus twice a week and becomes very good at it. Purim is like Halloween. You wear costumes. She chose to be the tallest violinist in the world. She walks on sticks as she learned in the circus, and she will play the violin at the same time. This is multi-dimensional symmetry in time and space. The spiritual blueprint of the Creator is founded upon the universal archetypes we have inherited from our ancestors. Each child has a unique blueprint we can discover without impinging, and by that get closer to them. The tool helps us to be much more accurate and meaningful in education and therapy. You're welcome to download this PDF that will assist you to learn how to do this observational process. Within a few weeks, you will learn a lot about yourself and others. This process, this tool, becomes a second nature. I hope you find this useful. Enjoy. More about the studio as a safe place is written in my book that is available on Amazon. Chapter 2 deals with the spiritual blueprint in depth.